Lilongwe, Malawi/M. In a granular portable telephone live video how went virus recent year, 3 female are seen stripper else female bear, hauling her wool, pulling her to the land and crushing a blossom pot above her chief. The live video of the attack, shot by one of the female, distribution amongst close WhatsApp groups up circulatory on Facebook in Malawi. It seized the nation, sparkling a domestic talk on sort-based abuse. A few days after, a picture of the identical 3 females surfaced on the internet. They were depicted topless, meeting on the concrete story of a police force plant. Time public networks include helping to preliminary females' rights in Malawi. They've as well be an amp for an current civilization of misuse. They attack a female, up creature undressed themselves / strong patriarchy values just add to the issue. The identical examination found how 20.7% of female elderly 15 to 19 accept a man is justifiable in affecting his woman for reasons such as refusal to include sex or flaming his meal. Vegetation Chingawo, 26, believed her man was deception in the female she attacked. Now Chingawo is in prison near Buro Chatsika, 30, and Gertrude Gang, 28, who helping her conduct out the attack. As both of victims and perpetrators, the female show how deep embedded behavior in the direction sort-based abuse are in Malawi. The female say they were discarded by a quantity of lawyers, who recognized the instance too contentious, up Ishmael Wadi, a visible regional attorney relying in the equity Lilongwe, solved to present them. While Wadi at first met the female, they said him they were assaulted and offended by commanders in Kawal police force plant. They complained they were undressed bare and photographed, offended before 31M. While a elder official intervened. A of the female was in burst into tears, weeping, while she explainable to me how they had been take pictures of them, Wadi explainable. Some man detainees were this and guessed to look. They were undressed off and done to sleeping in a bathroom, and were just taking into account their clothing behind while a elder official came on stage. Wadi says the female stipulated testimony on who assaulted them in a discipline listening. Malawi's domestic police force representative James Kadadzera affirmed the police force were conduct an domestic inquiry in the occurrence to identification who of law coercion was implicated. Though public print helping paper the abuse the female endured, their virus live video of the criminality as well hard affecting the socials type, Wadi says. Lot members of the social visited their listening following vision the live video on public print, mocking and shouting misuse at the female in the trial, though hard to assault them, told Wadi. He solved to shoot the female of the court, earning them behind in the afternoon while the mob had spread. Same response of the social was terrible, Wadi told. We did not include a equitable test since of public print. Same social answer has been particularly enemy since we are female and we attack a female, Chingawo told. Feeling play a big part in how human beings saw us. In previous December, the female pleaded those guilty to extortion of grave physical damage and humiliating the humility of female, for their assault on the female. They were condemned to 4 persons year in jail. They plan to circulation their verdict. The female paraded bare in the road / strong on the afternoon of March 17, 2017. Public print in Malawi was in fuss on a youthful female photographed bare in a marketplace. One picture showed a woman police force official walk the female off of the marketplace, as a team of men photographed her. Several human beings on Facebook annotated how she was creature paraded in the gateway of Limbe in the southward of the nation. But some accounts as well swirled on the internet. Several told she had undertaken off her own clothing, emboldened by man-road vendors who proposed her a royalties. Other offered how vendors undressed her following she was trapped theft. Martha Chizuma Mwangand, Malawi's ombudsperson, provided the female, a 20-year-old in psychological health issues of the remotely region of Zomba, polar of Limbe. The office space of ombudsperson is equipped to explore social institutions in Malawi. My major purpose was to provide how the sacrifices' rights were so secured, Mwangan told. Relating to the way the female was supposedly paraded, police force said the ombudsperson how down there was anything to lead the female in at the period. Yet, activists and humane rights lawyers in Malawi slammed the police force for their processing of the instance. Malawi's domestic police force representative James Kadadzera told how, though the female was remote of the stage, she was not loaded in any criminality. He told she was driven to a more secure location and was after dress. Police force carried out an inquiry in the occurrence, and after, next social shout, took 17 vendors believed to include naked her in for interrogative. Just 4 persons men were detained. One of such men was loaded in humiliating the humility of a female, time the left 3 were loaded in obscene attack. Same police force skipped and prospect to detention the suspect's law at the period of the occurrence, Mwangan told, addition, how they just took activity following a social shout. WhatsApp is one of the largest wide-utilized public platforms in the nation. The business does not get liability for data individuals stake on its application, onto its confidentiality politics. Yet, if particular misuse or users on the app are marked, the business says it can get activity. WhatsApp rejected to commentary on any of the cases in the paper. Habiba Osman, a humane rights attorney in Lilongwe who planned heavily on issues about females' rights, says how sex oppression of female in Malawi, by their peers, the social and police force, is entrenched in the nation's civilization, and has been sore in latter year on the internet. Public print has initiated a new wavelength of abuse there versus female, Osman says. It has permitted these types of new crimes to damage female more than rather than always up, and has shown us how sensitive female can be on public print. We refugee-educated man human beings correctly on the actual ensuing consequences of public print still. Cases wherever females' individual photos are share out of their agreement are proper more overall, onto Osman. Sexualized oppression is one of the highest forms of deterioration versus female there, Osman says. Same patriarchy environment of our community tool how female are not in monitoring of their own flesh. How do you penalize a female? By exhibiting them. She adds how the web is a dual-edged saber for female in Malawi, it can damage them by increasing oppression, but can as well be utilized as an instrument for their rights. Public print has made a large item for us, particularly activists, as he's wherever we construct and get our supporting, and construct up our own networks. He's lightweight for us to choose up our phones and subject the injustices we person, and strengthen which we requirement to tell. The female has with been liberated of clinic. Chizuma continues to display her position. She detained a mark at a gathering. Later she was detained strong recent September, hundreds of female tiring dark collected in Lilongwe to outcry versus sort-based abuse. Beatrice Mattia, a humane rights protector and sort militant, was amongst the mob. For the gathering she detained a mark how recite, possessing a vaginal is not a iniquity. My kitty, my honor. As she marched via the gateway, her photo was snapped and shared on the internet. By the end of the outcry, it had lost virus generally via close WhatsApp groups. Human beings were irate in me, they told the mark was too graphics. But as an militant, you wish to get a powerful communication through. For the World Females March recent January, Mattia withdrawn vision female in the U.S. Capitol, Washington, D.C., keeping signs in such messages. She didn't believe how her would quick such a enormous shout. Up the outcry though wrapped up, police force had identified her of public print, and detained her. It was all quick driving. They didn't include a accusation at first, and they stored me arrested for several hours. They were turning via their books, hard to discover thing they could accusation me in. Several hours after, she was loaded in humiliating the propriety of female. The accusation, that is usually utilized in Malawi, targets nobody who utters any speech, makes any audio or motion or exhibits any subject intent to invade on the confidentiality of female. Mattia was arrested for several hours, loaded, and later liberated on collateral, but authorities include not prosecuted the instance future. She has withsued the police force and the lawyer general for her detention, disputing how her humane rights were disrupted. Madia contends how the crime she was loaded by is creature utilized too widely by authorities. Lot Love Chingawo, Chatsika and Gang's instance, the social wrath versus Madia strengthened on public print. No one came to the plant to supporting me, or wrote me messages of supporting on public print. They told I had lost too far in the mark. No one told they were humiliating the propriety of a person, Madia told, part smiling. Yet, changing for female is event, and he's creature led by female love Madia, Osman and other, defending for the coercion of the Sort Equity Act in courtrooms and in police force prosecutions, and training youthful female in schools on their rights. Madia is encouraging for the next. I will individually go on fight for females' rights, and so will some female there, she says. While things go incorrect for us, I'll go on to say out and get required actions. Or one day quickly, she added, we should be capable to outcry in a kitty mark out of terror of creature detained.